let's you've had an incredible career and you're very successful, but I don't think you start off at the top of the mountain, right?
No.
Sometimes, all the time, you have to start at the bottom of the mountain.
All the time.
In the valleys and the cracks sometimes.
Yeah.
So I know little bits and pieces of your story, but I just along with the community here, I'm about to hear it for the first time too.
Yeah.
Take us back. What was the childhood like? Because I know it wasn't always perfect.
Yeah. So, I my mother was 15 when she had me.
Wow.
And it was 1968. So those, it was the Old Testament era.
Okay.
Our baby
Before
boomers,
Christ, the BC.
It was,
okay.
and it was just all this hellfire and brimstone, and if you don't do, you got to do it this way, this way, this way, this way for God to love you, right? And so that's how she was raised, and so I have to give her that. She didn't have it easy either, and so she had me at 15, and her parents said, we're putting up for adoption. And so immediately was taken to a foster home, and that's where I lived until I was 6 months. Wow. And we all know how important it is for mom and daughter, or mom and baby, to have that bonding period when the baby's born, right? Well, that didn't happen for me. She came and got me when I was 6 months old, but I can only imagine what it must have looked like, tearing me out of the only mother I knew, of her arms, and giving me to this woman who in her child mind was probably thinking I was crying for her and missing her and needing her. When she came to get me, in reality, I wanted nothing to do with her. So I think therein began the disintegration of that relationship, because she didn't come back from it, and then I just continued to suffer as a result. And I had a sister. 13 months later, she had another little girl, and she was able to keep her, and then she married my dad, and they had the nice little family, but my dad got arrested for selling drugs to undercover narcotics agents.
Oh, I hate those undercover cops.
Yeah, that was a bad day for him.
Yeah. Dang it.
Yeah, so he went to jail, and so mom had to go to work, and she got a job up in Monrovia, is where we were at. And across the street was a brokerage, and there was a man there who owned the brokerage. His name was Chuck Scruggs, and he was 45, and my mother was 19. And he came across the street to eat at where she was working and met her and decided to start courting her. And fine, right? I mean, age is age. You could see a little red flag there. But come to find out that he was going through a divorce. And he was not only going through a divorce, he was being run out of the state of California because he had just been caught raping his own daughters. Woo. Yeah. So his ex-wife came to my mother's work and said, listen, this is why we're divorcing, and you have 2 little girls, so you might want to reconsider. But she didn't, and she moved to Louisiana with him. And like all good pedophiles, they take you far, far away from people.
Yep.
They groom you. They prepare you for what they're about to do. So there was a lot of grooming in those early days.